Probate sales can be a tricky process, and while they don't happen that often, you'll want to have a basic understanding of how a probate sale works if you have plans to purchase one in the future. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, I'm Ryan Schramm, broker and owner of Ryan Schramm Real Estate here in South Orange County. Thanks so much for watching my videos. Hey, if you're interested in more real estate content or lifestyle content on South Orange County, make sure to subscribe to my channel here below. So, what's a probate? Simply put, a probate is when the court steps in and supervises the sale of a property. Now, why would they do that? The homeowner might have passed away and they didn't have their trust set up. They might have a will, but without a beneficiary trustee, there's nobody to supervise the sale. So what does the state do? They step in and they supervise the entire process. So over the course of the last 12 to 14 months, I've actually been a part of 2 probate sales. One in which I represented the buyer and the other in which I'm representing the seller. So here's a basic outline of what I've learned doing these last 2 probate listings. So there's gonna be some work in a probate property before the house even gets listed with a realtor like myself. The beneficiary to the property needs to work through the court system to actually get granted permission to list the home. So once they have that permission from the court, then a realtor like myself can step in and pretty traditionally put the house up on the market, field offers, get an offer that the beneficiary to the property likes, and then accept that offer. And then after the offer is accepted, the beneficiary needs to petition the court, because what they're seeking is an actual and formal court approval of the real estate contract that was procured. So a quick note, a property that's in probate must sell for at least 90% of the appraisal that the property received. So one of those steps that we talked about before a house can even go on the market is that the beneficiary needs to get a third-party appraisal of the property to kind of get a baseline value. So in order for a judge to eventually approve the sale, that real estate contract that I've went out and procured for the beneficiary, that price needs to be within 90% of the appraised value. So for a normal probate process, you can be expecting anywhere from 2 to 8 weeks. That's a little different right now, mainly because of the whole COVID times and the pandemic. The last 2 that I was a part of, they were all done virtually. So as you can imagine, things take more time when they're doing virtual hearings. I think in totality, we waited about 12 weeks for our court hearing on the last probate sale that I was the listing agent for. So while we're waiting for that hearing date, the attorney who's helping the beneficiary is going through the process of notifying publicly. So like in the San Clemente Times, for example, there was a public notice that said, basically is saying, hey, if you feel like you're a part of this property or that you have some sort of stake in this property, they're putting the public notice out there so that that person, it could be a relative or a friend, somebody who feels like they have a part of this, can step forward and make themselves known at the actual probate court hearing date. So while we're waiting for the judge hearing date, we're also going through the normal real estate sales process, basically having inspections, getting appraisals done for the buyer if they're getting a loan, and the buyer's getting their final loan approval for the property. That stuff all gets taken care of, and then we kind of go into that holding pattern waiting for the judge's approval date. So one of the things I get asked all the time is, isn't there an overbid? Can't anybody show up and overbid the property at the court hearing date? The answer is yes. There are some stipulations that are outlined that are very specific. For example, you have to have your cash ready or your financing ready. And then if you were coming to overbid a property at a probate hearing, what's typical is that that first next highest bid would have to be 5% over the contracted price. So on the last probate that I was a part of, the purchase price that we had on the contract was $1.4 million. And we were going through the holding pattern, waiting for our hearing date. And when we had our hearing date, the judge simply asked, he says, is anybody here to overbid? Do we have any overbidders? We did not have any overbidders, but if there were, that overbidder would have to be ready to spend 5%. The first bid would be 5% more. So if you can imagine, 5% over 1.4 million is a pretty big chunk of money, and that buyer would have to be ready to go. And then the judge is going to say, okay, we've got an overbidder. Does the original buyer want to increase over that? And he'll basically run a little mini auction right there in the Zoom meeting or in the courtroom. All right, so like I said, there wasn't any overbidders for that last probate process that we did. So the judge simply said, you know, everything has been done correctly here. I have no problem approving the sale. He bangs his gavel and he says, you know, congratulations, this has been approved. And then we basically go back to the escrow company with the approval paperwork and they start the process to close. So the property closes just like any other sale in 3 to 10 days after the judge approves the sale. So to summarize, how long does this all take? It can be anywhere from 3 to 6 months from what I'm seeing right now. Now, this was some very basic information about probates and from my recent experiences. If you have some more detailed questions or you know you're going to be part of a probate process, whether the buyer or the seller, reach out to me and I can put you in touch with some great attorneys, or I might be able to answer the questions for you. I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below or shoot me a text and I'll talk to you soon.